Secrets, trust, worth. The bond between souls intertwined within otherworldly intrigue. Michaela Jade brings forth the Elite Warrior series, a collection of dark fantasy romance novels set in a twisted world where power lusts in the hearts of men and devotion seduces the souls of women. Warrior's Secret, Warrior's Trust, and Warrior's Worth. Available now at authormichaelajade.com.
Hey guys, what is up? Author Michaela Jade here with another episode of TidBits and Scribbles. If I did things right, you'd have seen the trailer that was made for my books. I now officially can say that I have a book trailer. Yay! I am so dang over the moon about that. That is such a sexy book trailer. I love it. I'm going to have him make some more of those. A good friend of mine made that for me, and I will get you his info if you'd like it. So just reach out to me. Just ask me. I love it when people ask me, who made that for you? So anyway, let's get first with Tidbits and Scribbles. I wanted to tell you like where I'll be, where I won't be, because things have changed. Sadly, things have changed. So that's why I'm kind of down. I'm trying to be a little more upbeat for you guys. But it kind of bums me out when I can't make it to a show that I really wanted to make it to. So, that being said, I will not be at HalloCon. I will not be able to get down to Georgia this year. Now, next year might be a whole new ballgame. This year, I just couldn't pull it off. It just wasn't going to work. As much as I tried, and as many plans as I had already set in motion, I had to backtrack. I just couldn't do it. So, that being said, there are places you can find me. And I wrote some of them down because I forget stuff. So here we go. So this weekend is QuadCon, Davenport, Iowa, at North Park Mall. Now if you've been there before, you know right where it's at. But come see me. I will be there. Cindy Kep will be there. A couple of other people that I've met on the QuadCon circuit, they will be there. Comic books, toys, usually there's a guy there with cosplay, and there's a guy there with usually swords and knives and things like that if you're into that. I know I am. I like swords. So there's a little bit of everything for everybody. And since it's at a mall, you get to go shopping. So how is that not a good day? So that's the first QuadCon that I'll be at. That's this weekend. Like after this video, I am packing and I'm going. Okay, that's how exciting it is. All right, so the next one that I've got scheduled is Springfield, another QuadCon, but this is a one-day thing. You have to get there on the 7th. It is at the Crowne Plaza Hotel there in Springfield. You can't miss this sucker. If you're on the interstate, I believe it's 55, Interstate 55 runs around Springfield. You cannot miss the Crowne Plaza Hotel. So get down to Springfield and see me on the 7th of August, if that works better for your schedule. I will have, again, all 4 books. Let me lean the right way. I never lean the right way. All 4 books. I will sign them. We can take pictures. We can talk books. I'm always looking for new ARC readers, beta readers. I'm always looking for people on my street team. If you don't know what a street team is, a street team gets the word out about the books, about me. Hopefully they tell you how great the books are. So then my next show will be September 25th and 26th, so the end of September, in Peoria, Illinois. It's a QuadCon at Northwoods Mall. So again, you've got the mall traffic, There will be games, there will be cosplay contest, and of course there will be me with my books, and several other local authors will be there. Let me think here. Ray Clark may be there. Travis may be there. I'll have to get all their names and I'll put them in the notes of this video. But I believe they'll be there. They're usually at anyone that is around Peoria. They kind of stick real close to Peoria. Okay, so then October brings PeoriaCon, which is again in Peoria, but it's at Expo Gardens. So if you've never been there before, it's out on Northmoor Road. So PeoriaCon is a little bit everything. It's the cosplay, the games, the contest. I will be giving a talk as well. I won't tell you what that is because it hasn't been officially announced yet. But I will be giving a talk, so come see me for that. Then it was just announced recently there is a QuadCon coming up in November and one in January. So both of those I will be doing because they're right close to home. I can pull those off. I can do that. Okay, so before we get into the subject of Tidbits and Scribbles tonight, let's all take a drink. Because God knows after this week we need it. Okay, so the thing I wanted to go over, we've gone over lots of things on how to write, what to write, when to write, things you should write, things you shouldn't write. So I thought maybe it will help if we go over some habits of successful people. If you study and research successful people, and you should, because they're doing something right, you will find most of them have a lot of the same habits. You'll always hear, get up early before everyone else because, you know, your enemies are up moving faster than you are. Or they got up an hour before you did and you didn't get your lazy ass out of bed. Well, that doesn't quite work if you work third shift or second shift. I get it. In this household, I've worked many different shifts. My husband has worked all 3 shifts, first, second, and third. So depending on your lifestyle, depends on what you can do. Like, getting up at 4 a.m. isn't realistic if you work second shift. It's not going to happen. That being said, successful people do get up early, but it's because that's how their day is structured. If your day is structured differently, find that time that you can find to write whenever it's quiet. If it's morning for you, then find that morning time that you can write. If it's evening when everybody's gone to bed, the husband's gone to work, or the wife's gone to work, whatever, find that quiet time where you know your household is dead quiet, or your environment, whatever that is quiet, and you can write. If you can write in the noise and that's what you prefer, find the time when it's chaotic and crazy. Find your time. That's what I mean by your time. You know what works for you. Find your time. So number 1 thing that they do is they set goals. If you don't have goals, you don't know where you're going. You're just kind of flying by the seat of your pants, hoping things will work out. Probably not going to. I know for me, until I started setting rock solid goals and writing them down and putting them on my calendar, it didn't happen. It was a pipe dream. It was like, well, I'll get there someday, or that's just something I want to do. As soon as I wrote them down, I put them on a piece of paper, I put them on the noteboard, they started happening. So I can say from experience, writing this stuff down really does make a difference. So write your goals, big ones, small ones, whatever. Then write down daily how you're going to reach that goal. If your goal is to publish your first novel, then every day you're going to have to write. And if life happens and you can't write every day, then you know that that writing is stacking up on you, and you're going to need to write some more and some more and some more. So I suggest you write every day or every other day. Just, and it doesn't even have to be a lot, just a paragraph, just a sentence or two. Write an idea down, write down a character's bio, whatever it is, just to get yourself in the habit of, this is my time for writing. I set this aside for myself. I set this aside for my writing. This is what I'm doing. Okay, the number 2 thing that successful people have a habit of doing is they take responsibility for their own life and they learn lessons from the bad and from the good. But they learn the lesson and they move on. They take responsibility, lesson learned, move on. It's not a thing. It doesn't need to go all over Facebook. You don't need to lament it to your friends for 10 weeks after it happened. Hey, you remember that time that thing happened and it was really horrible? No one cares. Oops. See, there was that mean side. But really, everyone has their own struggle that they are dealing with. They don't need yours. Now, if you're talking to your best friend and you're hanging out and you're like, hey man, that really bothered me. That was really a flub. Talk through it, work through it, and move on. You don't need to discuss it every time you and your best friend get together. Now, number 3, self-discipline. That's where this comes in. They have the discipline to set things aside, know what they need to know, and learn what they need to learn. Self-discipline can be learned. I suck at it. I'm getting better. But I suck at self-discipline. If I know that I have a project to do and I don't want to do it, for some reason my gardens look amazing. I'm procrastinating. I told my neighbor one time. She says, oh, your gardens look amazing. I said, oh yeah, it's because I'm procrastinating. I don't want to do the laundry. And she laughed. And I said, no, really. If my gardens look amazing, I'm procrastinating on something else I don't want to do. I learned that about, oh good Lord, probably 10 years ago is when I figured it out. Because I thought, why am I not getting the list of stuff that I gave myself to do done? Because of course with toddlers in the house, you have a list and it just gets longer. But I thought, why didn't I get any of those things done today? I was out in my garden. My gardens look amazing and they get bigger every year and more beautiful every year, but it's because I was procrastinating on something I didn't want to do. So catch yourself, catch those moments, and discipline yourself enough to say, listen, I have to write 100 words tonight. And then I can work in my gardens. I can bake the cookies that I wanted to bake. But you might find that once you start writing and you say, okay, I'm only going to write 100 words. That's a paragraph or 2. Once you start writing, you may get into the story. And the story may suck you in. And before you know it, it's 2 in the morning. And you've been writing for 3 or 4 hours. Hopefully. That's what all of us writers hope for. So teach yourself the discipline. If that needs to be something like you start a habit of every morning you come into your office, you sit in front of your computer, and you lock out Facebook, and you lock out Google. You can do that. There's programs for that. And you get into your writing program, whatever program that you use, whether it's Google Docs or Word, or if you have an Apple computer using the Apple software, whatever you use, log into only that. Lock everything else out. Take it off your screensaver. That's another tidbit for you. Take off all the icons off your screensaver, including your Internet Explorer, and put just your WordPerfect program or your Scrivener program or your Google Doc program. Whatever program it is that you use to write, make that front and center. Make that your screensaver. That is the only program that you open. Because I promise, if you go into research mode, that's a rabbit hole you'll never come out of. So number 4 is self-development. So we have self-discipline. Now we have self-development. It is a must. If you're not improving, your craft will not improve. Thus, your writing will not improve. Your art will not improve. You should see a progression of, for example, in my books there, I love Warrior's Secret because it was my first published work. However, now that I'm a better writer, I can go back in that book and I can pick out certain things and certain sentences, even certain phrases that make my eye twitch, because I know that I can write better than that. I can improve that sentence and the story is better. And I can find that with all 4 books. All 4 of them. Not one of them is perfect. Not one of them I can't go through and fix. And for me, becoming an editor, becoming a better writer, that's hard to say because I want to show people this is what I can do. This is what I've done. This is what I've published, and I've gotten good reviews on it. But I cringe because I'm saying, look, this is what I can do, knowing I can do better. So now I have that drive to get that 4th book in the series, 5th book total out, so that I can prove that I really can do it. I really am a better writer than I was then with Secret. I'm a better writer than I was with Trust. With Trust, I was worse than I was with Worth. Worth was better. But in the end of Worth, I learned a lesson. I put in chapters after I'd had my editors and critique partners go through it, and I said, no, it's fine. I'm in a rush. I need to get it done. I won't send it to my editors, any of them, because I need to get it out. I'm in a hurry. Lesson learned. Don't hurry. Okay, so number 5 is read. Successful people read, and they read a lot. Now, unfortunately for me, they don't read fiction. They read self-help, self-development. They read technique books, whether they are, if they're in accounting, they read accounting. If they're in people management, they read books about managing people. If they are, whatever field they are in, they read books about that. Not saying they don't read leisure books like I write. However, for the most part, successful people read books they need to read because they know that they're not going to use every sentence of every book, but there's going to be some tidbit or some scribble in there that they're going to use. So read a lot. And yeah, read my books. Read my type of books. Leave a review. Okay? Leave a review. That's all any author wants. They want a review of their book. Did you like it? Did it work for you? What did you think? Now, number 6, time management is essential. I don't know how many author friends I have. I'm included here, so I can't throw stones. Many of us authors will say, I don't have time to read my friends' books. Yeah, see that? That whole line right there. My friends' books. Do you know how many of them I've read? Probably not even those. Nope. Oh, wait, there's like 4 of them back. Over here. Look, over here. There's 4 on that whole shelf. 4 that I have read cover to cover. And they're Linda J. Cox's books. But that was before my book started becoming published and I started doing stuff for me. So now I have dedicated time and allotted myself time because you don't get any more time than I get, and I don't get any more than 24 hours in a day. You can't carve out time. It's just you get what you get. So now I have made a plan to set aside a day and time, and this is my reading time. This is what I do. It's the only thing I do. I don't care if I'm inspired to read. I don't care if I feel like reading. I'm just going to read. Now, what I read might be different. If I'm in the mood for fiction, if I'm in the mood for nonfiction, whatever. But I'm going to read. Because I figure if these habits are for successful people, the habits of successful people, I'd like to be one. And I don't think I'm too far off. So, I will do this. Number 6. Time management. Number 7. Take risk. Here's where I stumble. Because taking risks is all well and good. And I've heard the term a lot. If you want to take the island, you burn the boats. Meaning, you have no other options. You leave yourself no other options. If you're going to take the island, you burn the boats. You don't have the option of going back, right? There's no boat. I struggle with this because if I were to take risk and take big risk, like burn the boats, I would then put in jeopardy my crew. So if we use this analogy, I would put my whole crew in jeopardy. So until I can mitigate the damages there, I can't burn the boats. But I'm getting there. I'm getting to the point where if I take a risk, I can fall back on a boat that I've hidden in the corner, right? So that's where I'm headed. That's my goals. That's what I've written down. Now, the little tiny goals to get to the big goal are happening. So, the other thing they do is they keep going. When they've burned the boats and they didn't get the island, they're captured. They keep going. They keep trying. Successful people don't give up. They just don't. They figure out a new way. They figure out a new plan. They network with the right people. Whatever it is, they don't give up. They keep going. There is no way but forward for these people. If you'd like to be one, join the tribe, because there is no way but forward. Okay, number 9. There's no way but forward. They find a way. They find a way to win. And when they don't, they deal with it. They don't post it all over social media that they didn't win. They find a way to deal with it. Whether that's, they go bankrupt and they have to start all over again. If you read their stories, there are many, many millionaires and billionaires that were at one time broke. Their house repossessed, their cars repossessed, in front of their children, their furniture repossessed. I don't know about you, but that would be incredibly embarrassing to have someone come to my home, not only take my cars, take my furniture. They have been through it. So if these successful people are telling you, you need to read, you need a plan, time management is essential, self-discipline, self-development, I'm going to follow this regimen. So I'm going to figure this out. Hopefully you'll follow along with me. And the one major thing that successful people do is they do what they love, which is all any of us are trying to do. So as long as I'm doing what I love, I consider myself successful. I have another video, and you guys have probably watched it, about what is success? What is it to you? Is it the yacht, the fancy car, the mansion, money in the bank at your disposal? Or is it the simple life? Your kids are happy and healthy, your mortgage is paid, your car payments are paid, you get to go on vacations. Is that your success? Everyone's definition of success is different. Because I can look at a couple of millionaires that I've researched and think, I don't want to live that lifestyle. That does not appeal to me. And that's absolutely fine. Your idea of success and your level of success and mine don't have to match to be success. There's all kinds of levels to it and definitions to it. So find yours, make your goals, take your responsibility for your life, be more disciplined, develop your own self, because you can't compare yourself to anyone but yourself and who you were yesterday. Read everything that you can get your hands on. Manage your time. Take risks that you can take. Keep going when those risks fall through, and sometimes they will. Find a way to win. When those risks don't work out, find a way around the hurdle. Find a way over the hill. Find it. It's up to you. I can't tell you how to do it. All I can tell you is I've been through the valleys, and I'm headed up a hill. And I'll get there. I'm just not there yet. Because I'm not going to stop doing what I love. And I'm not going to stop striving to get to the point where that's all I do. So that all the fodder and all the noise is gone, and I just do what I love. So that's all I've got for you guys today. Check the notes of the video for all the show dates that I'll be at. Check Facebook. My website will have my blog up. If you didn't get my newsletter, sign up for my newsletter. I have that posted on Facebook as well. If you like a little more risque, it's called Notes from an Info. Goes along with my brand. If that's not your style, I get it. But for now, I will catch you guys on the flip-flop.